Tommy, welcome to Fold the Badge Sports. We're outside the Emirates Stadium with Robbie, Mr. Don Robbie AFTV. How are you feeling today? You won 5-0. It seems to be like a positive atmosphere, like in the stadium.
Yeah, positive. You're always going to be positive on 5-0. Obviously, everyone's disappointed that we didn't ultimately win the league. And it would have been fantastic in there if we had won the league today. But I think you've got to take the positives out of the season, which is, you know, at the start of the season, nobody expected Arsenal to challenge for the league. Most people didn't even think we'd get in the top 4. You know, we've challenged for the league, we've got in the top 4, we're back in the Champions League next season. And there's a lot of positives to take. This is a team on the up.
At the start of the season,
on the way up.
At the start of the season, you guys would have been happy with top 4. Now you're disappointed to not win the league. Does that show the growth?
Progress, isn't it? That shows progress, that shows growth, that we're disappointed in not winning it. You know what I mean? So I think, you know, when you look at all the teams in the league this season, there's a few teams that have taken steps forward, right? Like, I think Arsenal have taken a massive step forward. Newcastle, obviously, probably Man United have taken a step forward as well. You know, so, you know, but I think of all of those clubs, we've taken the biggest step forward. The only unfortunate thing for us is that in this great season that we had, we come up against a juggernaut that's Man City, that's got bought in Haaland on top of what they already had. And we've just not been able to overcome that. I mean, it's just been a bridge too far for us. But we go again next season, man. And if we have a good summer and we bring in some good signings, who knows what we can do next year?
You believe in Arteta's vision then? Can you see it? And
I do. I believe in Mikel Arteta. Listen, if you don't believe in him after what he's done this year, then, you know, I don't know what. You know, right now, he's doing great things at the moment at this club. So it's about getting over the line though and winning that league. You know what I mean? If he can do that, you know, it'd be immortal around here, you know, because it's such a difficult thing to do nowadays.
Last time we spoke, you were talking about how Chelsea is now like a cup team or so, like in your thoughts. Next season, who do you think Arsenal's main competitors would be for the Premier League? Obviously, there's Man City. Are you afraid of Tottenham, Man United, Liverpool,
afraid
Newcastle?
of Tottenham?
I'm just saying, Tottenham, they've got Harry Kane, he hasn't won a trophy.
Never afraid of Tottenham, man, you know what I mean? Like, you know, no, listen, if I look at it, I think the teams that are going to be up there again will be the ones that you saw there. I think Manchester United, I think they will go, you know, obviously depending on their takeover as well, but even whoever takes over is going to want to spend money and make a statement, and they always spend money anyway. So Man United will be up there. I think Newcastle will take another step again, you know what I mean? They've got unlimited funds, so Newcastle are a team to watch. I don't know, maybe Chelsea might start, but I think Chelsea's in a mess at the moment, in an absolute mess. So whoever comes in there is going to need a transition period to get it back up. And I think that Tottenham's a club that's moving backwards, you know what I mean? They've had their best times over the last 6 years, and you see they're in steep decline, you know what I mean? You know, their best player wants to leave, you know what I mean? Nobody wants to manage a club, you know what I mean? They've, you know, ringing up managers left, right and centre. I'm surprised they ain't rung me, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Nobody wants the job. Right, so that's a club in decline. So yeah, I think the top 4 that you've seen this season is going to be those clubs again, and maybe you know teams like, I think this is a league where you got teams that are good, that can take points off it. Like, you know, Brighton can take points off of teams, Villa, you know, even teams like Brentford and that. You know what I mean? It's a lot of very, very good sides in this Premier League.
Arsenal have had bad experiences in Barca, bad experiences in Munich. Well, you're back in the Champions League next season.
We're back.
Would you like to play those teams and like get redemption?
It's not about playing them and getting redemption for me. It's about just being back in there and playing those teams. You know what I mean? This is where we want to be at. Yeah. You know what I mean? We should be playing Barcelona. We should be playing Bayern. We should be playing these teams, because that's why we moved to this stadium, to do just that. And I believe that, you know, judging what I saw in the Champions League last season, I think we can make a good account of ourselves. I'm not saying we're going to win it, but I think we can make a good account of ourselves next season. All depends on who we bring in, and it all depends, because we're going to need squad depth. But I think we're gonna do all right in the Champions League. I really do.
So lastly, final thoughts on the season. Final thoughts on next season. What should the club do? General message to the fans.
Final thoughts on the season. I think it's been a good season. Whilst I'm disappointed that we didn't actually win the league, but I think it's been a good season. What do we need to do in the summer? We need to bring in some players that are of real top quality that's going to make that squad depth, you know, really, really strong. And my message to the fans is like, you know, just do what we did this year, which was get behind the team, you know what I mean, and just be positive. There's a lot of positives around. I've been here, you know, over the years in recent times when there's been so much negative things, and quite rightly so as well, because some of them deserve to have been very negative. But I think at the moment, there's a club on the up. So we can be really looking forward to it. Let's take a rest now for the summer and be really looking forward to the next season.
Thanks for your time, Robbie, man. I'm telling you, man, this is For The Badge Sports. Like, comment, subscribe.